And good evening, Oswego, and welcome to your WTOP 10 Monday Night News, your connection to Oswego and beyond. I'm Calvin Brown.
And I'm Heather Casey. Today's Monday, March 7th, and this is your news, sports, and weather, all before the first commercial break. Let's take a look at your top stories. 10 News starts now.
Well, it looks like there is still hope for the Oswego men's hockey team season. The Lakers were invited to compete in the NCAA Division III tournament and will host a quarterfinal game this Saturday in the Campus Center Arena against either Bowdoin or Newman. Since the Lakers finished at the SUNY Athletic Conference regular season champions, they received a first-round bye in this 11-team tournament. The game will take place at 7 p.m., and if they win, the Lakers will advance to the Division III Final Four, and that game will be held at Ryder Arena in Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Is the U.S. having another gas crisis? Gas and oil prices have been on the rise for 2 weeks straight, just like they were in 2008. But this time, turmoil in Libya is causing the climb, and analysts expect prices to keep going higher. Correspondent Shelby Lynn takes a look at reasons behind the prices at the pump.
With turmoil in Libya ongoing, U.S. gas and oil prices have increased for 13 straight days. With prices approaching record highs, consumers are wondering when the pain at the pump will ease. White House spokesman Jay Carney says they're aware of the problem.
We're very cognizant of the fact that Americans are experiencing a sharp rise in prices at the gas pump, and that affects them and their family budgets. And we are monitoring that very closely.
Some politicians are calling for President Obama to tap the Strategic Petroleum Reserve in order to push the prices down. The White House says it is on top of the situation.
Meanwhile, we are in discussions with oil-producing countries, as well as the IEA, about the various options that are available in the global system to deal with a major disruption should that occur.
When can we expect prices to drop? John Davis, creator and executive producer of Motor Week on PBS, predicts gas won't go down anytime soon.
Well, right now I think it easy $4. That's not even that's already there in California. I wouldn't be surprised to see this get closer to $5, and at that point you're starting to have real economic impact.
And consumers are already feeling the pinch at the pump.
They're hurting. They're hurting bad.
I'm Shelby Lynn reporting from Atlanta.
Singing turns to terror as women are fired on in Ivory Coast, where there are growing fears that the country could descend back into civil war. Verrecha Vasileva shows us the disturbing video.
More foreign nationals leave Ivory Coast's commercial capital as violence following November's election gets worse. The fighting is spreading. Rebels captured a third town in the cocoa-producing West on Sunday. President Laurent Gbagbo refuses to cede power to Alassane Ouattara, who the UN and world leaders say won November's election. Last week, their standoff hit a new violent low. CNN can verify the place and time, but not the authenticity of this disturbing footage. It shows apparently unarmed women singing for President Gbagbo to step down. When gunshots are heard, the singing turns to terrified screams. 6 women lie dead after the attack. Witnesses said police did the shooting, but Gbagbo denies it. Zainab Salbi of Women for Women International says women are usually the bellwether of society.
We need to watch what's happening to women as a political indicator for the direction of that country.
The UN fears Ivory Coast will return to civil war if the election standoff is not resolved. So far, both African Union mediation and international sanctions have failed to do so. Verrecha Vasileva reporting.
The White House confirmed today that sending ground troops to Libya is a possible option, but it's still not the top of the list. Here's Chris Lawrence with a full report about the discussion to impose a no-fly zone.
After the discovery of a human sex trafficking ring in Britain, Marius Nejlavino was sentenced to 21 years in prison. It was believed that him and his father, Bogdan, 51, were partners in operating a prostitution ring as if it were a family business. They spent years luring women ranging in ages from 15 to 26 into sex slavery. The father and son duo found women in Romania, Madrid, and Manchester brothels. Several members of Nejlovonu's family have pled that they were ignorant of Marius's work. Marius's 21-year sentence is the longest sentence recorded for trafficking in Britain's history. And now this week's sports update with Taylor Pugliese.
Thanks, Heather. Good evening, Oswego. I'm Taylor Pugliese, and this is your Monday Night Sports Report. A day after college basketball's regular season concluded, the Big 12 has provided the first coaching casualty. Texas Tech fired head coach Pat Knight after 3 full seasons with the program. Knight led the Red Raiders to a 50-60 record, including 12-36 in Big 12 play, after taking over in the middle of the 2008 season for his legendary father, Bob Knight. Pat Knight will coach the Raiders in the Big 12 tournament before vacating his position. That's it for now. Back over to the desk for local news.
Good news or bad news? You be the judge. The Oswego's mayoral seat is up for grabs this year, and several councilors would like to adjust the pay rate for the new mayor and the job duties for the executive assistant position, should in case that mayor decides to fill that position. At tonight's Administrative Services Committee agenda, President Ron Kaplowitz has requested for further discussions regarding the mayor's salary. The committee tried to deal with this issue during its last session, but no decisions were made and no resolutions came about.
On April 2nd, Oswego will host the Oswego County War of 1812 Symposium. 5 historians have been selected to speak at the event, telling the story of when British land and naval forces attacked Fort Ontario in the village of Oswego. That took place in the May of 1814. The event takes place at the American Foundry, 246 West Seneca Street from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and is sponsored by Friends of Fort Ontario, the Oswego County Tourism Advisory Council, and Fort Ontario State Historic Site with support from the City of Oswego and the Palladium Times.
A New York man is accused of punching a woman and putting her into a coma just over a parking spot. But he says it was all in self-defense. 35-year-old Oscar Fuller was indicted today on felony assault charges over the federal incident. The victim, Lena Rosas, is still in critical conditions with a head injury. Fuller's attorney says he's sure surveillance videos, which haven't been released yet, will prove his client acted in self-defense.
After an awful weekend of rain and snow, looks like tomorrow will give us some sun, even if temperatures aren't that warm. Stay in tune for your full weather.
Serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255.
Want to get ahead? Take summer classes. Earn up to 14 credits. Classes start May 23rd. More information available at oswego.edu/summer. Don't forget, registration begins March 9th.
Was gonna be there anyway. Thinking of you, working on my appetite. Looking forward to a little afternoon delight. My sister shows together, making sparks ignite. And the thought of loving you, so excited. Sky
rockets in flight. Boo! Afternoon delight.
I think you got it.
Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hey, what's up? We're Hawthorne Heights, and you're watching WTOP 10, your television.
Spring break is quickly approaching and students are excited to get to the beach and soak up some rays. Some of the top destinations for spring breakers include Mexico, the Bahamas, Jamaica, and Florida. Today, Panama City, Florida has 18,000 rooms prepared for students. Cancun, Mexico is expected nearly 100,000 U.S. college students. On average, students spend roughly $1,100 on the week of spring break alone. A family of 4 spends less than that on a month's worth of food. WTOP hopes that you have a safe and healthy spring break.
A group of anonymous students launched a fake SUNY Oswego news site. The SUNY Oswego Student Forum on the website Weebly features fake news stories posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The website allows students to submit stories anonymously. Fortunately, there is a disclaimer on the site that states, quote, "This website is intended for purposes of satire only and in no way actually represents the opinions of anyone at SUNY Oswego," end quote. For those of you who are interested, visit www.sunyoswegostudentforum.weebly.com. And
now here's your full weather forecast for the week with Evan Duffy.
I'm WTOP meteorologist Evan Duffy. Taking a quick look at your almanac for today. Pretty chilly out, high of 27. We're usually around 38. We're starting to get warmer now that it's springtime. Record of 67 only about 10 years ago in 2002. See the low for today, 19. Not too much colder than usual, but tonight's low might get a little bit worse than that. Currently outside, 30 degrees right on the lake. Probably a little cooler if you're further away from the lake, maybe in the city tonight. 21's the dew point, giving us a humidity of 66%. Winds still around 10 miles per hour, but they should be falling overnight. Looking at our local temperatures, Mexico's our cool spot. As I say, further away from the lake, you can see Oswego, 21, and near Oneida Lake and Constantia's 21 as well. So the further away from a body of water you are, the cooler you are right now. Taking a quick look at our state weather, you can see instead of Plattsburgh, we have a cool spot in Watertown tonight at 13 degrees. New York City, as always, 38, our warm spot. Temperatures around the state in the high teens to low 20s. Looking at our surface map, you can see during the week this week we had a low pressure system over the weekend come through and bring us a lot of rain. You can see this void, that's the high pressure system. The next storm system out of the plains should be working its way by Wednesday. Weather tap radar, obviously if you've been outside you know that the horrible weather has ended for us and it's cleaned up a little bit. You don't see much on the radar. That translates over to our regional radar, and you can see that next system over the western Great Lakes working its way towards us for Wednesday. Our future cast, pretty dry overnight, 1 a.m., not much going on, and that's going to be the trend over 7 a.m. You actually probably have some clear skies overnight if you feel like whipping out the telescope. I know that Astronomy Club members probably doing that tonight. 1 p.m., also pretty dry, and moving on, still dry at 7 a.m. Tonight, low of 11. Those clear skies, unfortunately, going to bring temperatures down. Should be some lingering clouds until about, midnight, and then after that, looks like it's going to be cooler and light and variable winds as we lose that storminess from this weekend. High tomorrow of 30, not that great considering it's going to look nice outside. Winds probably 5 to 10 miles per hour, passing clouds. Definitely the best day of the week though, as you look forward to Wednesday, or tomorrow night, excuse me. It's going to be clouding up overnight, a little bit warmer, and winds are going to be picking up because on Wednesday it looks going to be pretty nasty with lots of rain. And then for the rest of the week, rain's going to be in the forecast. However, luckily for us, start off spring break with some nice weather, guys.
It's perfect. I mean,
it's almost like
you can't get too comfortable with this weather. One day it's spring, one day it's winter. It's like, what do you want to do now?
And that's the worst part about early spring. You never know what you're going to get. Luckily for us, you guys are traveling home on Friday night and Saturday. Perfect. It's going to be nice. You guys should have a great start to your vacation.
It figures though that the weather would turn around and be nicer as everyone's leaving Oswego.
Yeah, hopefully the weather's nice where you're going, however. I can't speak for that.
That's true.
So.
Coming up, we'll have your state politics and your full sports update.
located at 31 West Bridge Street, serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255.
Want to get ahead? Take summer classes. Earn up to 14 credits. Classes start May 23rd. More information available at oswego.edu/summer. Don't forget, registration begins March 9th.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Hey, I'm Sean from Big D and the Kids Table, and you're watching WTOP 10.
Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
This week, President Obama signed a short-term measure to keep federal government running. The plan includes $4 billion in spending cuts, even as the White House and Congress consider deeper cuts to come. Sandra Endo takes a look at what programs may be getting the axe.
Class, her daughter gets to play in daycare. When Espina first moved here from Honduras 6 years ago, she didn't speak a word of English. Maybe not for much longer. While the program helped Espina, federal funding for Even Start just got cut in the recent 2-week extension of the budget, after officials deemed the program ineffective. Other programs included in the $4 billion spending reduction include election assistance grants, the LEAP educational program, which helped states give need-based student aid, and highway funding. The cuts also included many earmarks for Homeland Security, education, and housing. And the budget axe is about to fall again as lawmakers wrestle over more cuts as part of a longer-term spending plan for the rest of the fiscal year. For Even Start, they'll have to find other ways to stay alive.
Demonstrators gathered in Times Square to protest what they call the targeting of American Muslims and Arabs by U.S. lawmakers. Clergy members from other religions joined some imams and other demonstrators at the protest. They voiced anger over an upcoming congressional hearing focusing on the radicalization of the Muslim community in the U.S. Congressman and chairman of the House of Homeland Security Committee, Peter King, says, quote, "Something from within. The Muslim community is a threat that needs to be explored," end quote. The organizers behind today's rally believe the hearing could promote Islamophobia. Activists are concerned that the entire Muslim community is being demonized. This past week, Governor Andrew Cuomo nominated 2 veterans in the disability rights and services field to the Commission on Quality of Care and Office of Persons with Developmental Disabilities. Courtney Burke was nominated to be the OPWDD Commissioner and Roger Bearden as Chairman of the CQC. Burke was employed by the New York State Office of Advocate for Persons of Disabilities for several years. Bearden currently works as the Director of Disability Law Center of New York, Lawyers for the Public Interest in New York City. Here's your full sports update.
Good evening. Welcome back to sports. In the NBA, New Orleans Hornets point guard Chris Paul sat out the team's game tonight against the Chicago Bulls as he recovers from a concussion. Paul suffered the injury while he collided with Cleveland Cavaliers guard Ramon Sessions yesterday in the third quarter of the Hornets' 96-81 victory over the Cavaliers. Paul was taken off the court on a stretcher and transported to Cleveland Clinic where the test showed he had a concussion. He is currently listed as day-to-day and Jarrett Jack is starting in his place for the time being. In the college ranks, the Arizona Wildcats were rewarded today for winning the Pac-10 regular season title. Forward Derek Williams was awarded Pac-10 Player of the Year, and Sean Miller won Pac-10 Coach of the Year. Williams, the sixth Arizona player to win the award, was second best in the conference with 18.8 points per game and led the conference by shooting 61% from the field. Williams and Miller led the Wildcats to a record of 25-6 overall and 14-4 in the Pac-10 during the regular season. Turning to Oswego athletics, men's basketball junior forward Chad Burridge was named Oswego State Athlete of the Week for the week ending March 6th. Burridge averaged 20.5 points per game and 5 rebounds in the Lakers' 2 NCAA tournament games, a win against Wells College on Friday and a loss to Rhode Island College on Saturday, both at Max Hill Gymnasium. Burridge finished the season with 537 points, the sixth highest single-season scoring total in program history. That's it for sports. Now back over to Calvin and Heather.
Thank you, Taylor. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the lighter side of the news.
Now here's a look at our community calendar.
Yo, what's going on?
Okay.
Cam's Pizzeria, located at 31 West Bridge Street, serving New York-style pizza, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and desserts. Dine in, take out, or order delivery by calling 315-342-4255.
Want to get ahead? Take summer classes. Earn up to 14 credits. Classes start May 23rd. More information available at oswego.edu/summer. Don't forget, registration begins March 9th.
We gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we'll take it higher.
So you can't save money? That's easy as pie. Drink from the tap. A $3 bottle of water a day times 10 years times 6% interest is over 14,000 grams. Small changes today, big bucks tomorrow. FeedThePig.org.
The Oswego MBA program, helping you achieve your goals with a customized curriculum developed with its flexibility in mind. Take classes year-round, full or part-time in Oswego, online or at the Metro Center in downtown Syracuse. More information is available online or by calling 315-312-2911.
Be on the team.
My name is LaDanian Tomlinson. By keeping kids in school, I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
And here's a dive into the lighter side of news. Oh my goodness, Charlie Sheen is gone. What are we gonna do? Actor Charlie Sheen was fired this Monday from the top-rated show 2.5 Men due to his dangerously self-destructive conduct and inflammatory comments to producers. Warner Bros. Television stated, quote, "After careful consideration, Warner Bros. Television has terminated Charlie Sheen's service on 2.5 Men effective immediately," end quote. At the age of 45, Charlie Sheen is the highest paid actor on U.S. television, and his show 2.5 Men is the most popular comedy on CBS. The question still remains, how will the show be without Charlie Sheen? Multi-Grammy winning and best-selling artist Phil Collins is finally retiring from music. The 60-year-old man says he's suffering from several health problems that make it hard to perform, including a dislocated vertebrae, hearing loss, and nerve damage. Collins is the former frontman of the band called Genesis and later on his own solo act. Besides 7 Grammys, Collins also snagged an Oscar for a song from the animated film Disney's Tarzan. When he announced his retirement to FHM, Collins says he doesn't think he'll be missing, adding, quote, "It's hardly surprising that people grew to hate him," close quote.
They say a dog is a man's best friend, but a goose in Myrtle Beach apparently wants to add some feathers to that adage. Will Whittinson has more on a goose that's developed an attachment to a man and his dog.
It's been quite some time since Ari Pianick and his dogs, Blaze and Michael, started walking through the park with this American goose, who they named Abe.
About 1.5, 2 years since he adopted us.
Abe walks side by side with Ari, eats with him, and even tries to hop in the car and go home with him. Ari says that Blaze and Michael enjoy the company.
They are friends, and mine, they like him.
There have even been a few occasions where Blaze has stood up for his feathered friend.
And the 3 geese came and attacked Abe. Blaze saw that and went after the 3 geese.
Dr. John Coulter with Grand Strand Animal Hospital says 2 different animal species bonding in such a way can happen.
Well, it kind of works from both directions, that the goose can imprint on the animal, the dog, and if they do not feel threatened by that dog or something, especially as an adult, then they can kind of lean towards gravitating toward that dog. Well, it's not real common. That's why it becomes a nice little situation to talk about.
The friendship has special meaning for Abe. As a retired engineer for Pan American Airways, he's glad to have a friend from the skies to hang around with.
Well, I enjoy it. I guess they know that I'm an okay guy.
Ari says it's not uncommon for people to even walk up to him and say, "Do you realize that there's a goose walking with you?" But Ari says that he considers Abe to be just another member of the family.
And now here's a look at your Class Day forecast. Evan, can you tell us what we'll be expecting this week?
Well, at least for tomorrow, guys, it looks like it's going to be a pretty nice day out if you like the sun. However, if you like it warm, not so much. It's going to be starting out around 20 degrees if you have an 8 a.m. class tomorrow. We're getting to about 30 sometime in the afternoon. Should be a quick climb in the morning as there's not going to be a lot of clouds, guys, around the morning. However, towards the end of the day, temperatures really aren't going to get that much higher. Air aloft is really cold, and it's going to keep temperatures down. But, you know, at least it's going to be sunny tomorrow.
Oh, boy, I'm so glad I'm going home this weekend. I can't do this.
Yeah, what do you guys got planned for spring break?
Well, I got to go see family, you know, see some teachers at my old school.
That's a nice thing for that week.
Yeah, I'm senior, so I'm going to do job interviews. I'm trying to get a job after this place. Yeah.
See you.
I have a few family events going on, but I can't wait to take naps for most of the week. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Up on sleep, yeah, definitely.
Me either. I just so much sleep is lost when we're here for so many weeks in a row.
Is anyone sticking around for the hockey game Saturday night?
I'll be here.
I wish.
Yeah.
I think
I have a conference. I'm so upset. Usually when we have this conference every year, we miss a hockey game. Somebody sneaks in the radio or a computer, and we're always trying to catch the score.
Well,
it's awful because we're paying money for a conference, but we need to know that score, you know.
That's the way it is around here.
Wow.
And I'll say if you do that, TOP and NYO will have the coverage for you, so
okay,
you'll get a video and audio.
There you go.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what we get here from all the media at SUNY Oswego.
I'm just like, this weather is just insane. I really cannot get over the fact that it's spring, then winter, then spring, then winter.
It's almost cruel that they call it the spring semester. It's cold for most of the time, up until like 2 weeks before we leave.
But then fall semester, because of the lake, is a little bit nicer, and so it's more like.
We should call it. You think it's the spring semester, but it's still winter. Okay.
That is very true.
That's what you thought.
Okay. You're so right. If we could get to like the spring, like a month earlier, I think I'd feel better about it.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that's true. And that will do it us for here at the WTOP News for the 10 News team.
I'm Taylor Pugliese.
I'm Evan Duffy.
I'm Heather Casey.
And I'm Calvin Brown. Have a good night and stay classy, Oswego.